Let's do herbology. Professor Keen? Potions are usually stored in large amounts, useful especially when one needs to conserve their energy for other spellcasting. It also makes for discrete methods of affecting someone either positively or negatively. My goodness, is this a history lesson or what? It's so boring. He has been talking for a long time now, and he isn't at the good part yet. I really wanted to brew potions right now. Oh, I don't think it's in our syllabus. She starts complaining again, so you tune her out for a short moment to focus back to the teacher. You still want to learn, of course, despite feeling disappointed that there won't be a chance to learn how to brew potions. I see that you're all bored at this point, but it is important to fully understand the concept behind something. Perhaps if you all behave, I'll teach you something different for once. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. So for now, bear with me. Homework will be more than exciting, I assure you. If he means we get to blindly brew a potion as homework, I'd be happy, though I doubt it. Estrella is pouting again. You chuckle softly at that and nudge her, wanting her to sit properly instead of slumping against the table. Focus. What he says may come out in the exam. Okay. I know I shouldn't whine, but I was really looking forward to the potions. I've been seeing it all over the place in my tribe. And my grandma would always let me watch when she makes a potion. Estrella, listen up. I promise that you will get to brew potions. Next year, that is. A wail of protest rise from all the students, though the teacher doesn't seem very bothered by it. That is why I will have all of you prepared for next year. Trust me, I intend to make you perfect every single potion I have to teach. Also know that I have very high standards when it comes to potions. To get you all mentally prepared, here's your homework. He grabs a bag from under his desk and starts walking through the classroom, handing out a small pouch to each student. You now have dittany seeds. Okay. Wait turn +1. I don't really know what that does. In there you will find seeds. Planted. Some of you will have the same type, but there is a variety. You will be on your own source of ingredients for potions next year. So better hope your classmate don't mess up the plants, or there will be a shortage of herbs when we're having our class next year. High quality herbs make all the difference when brewing a potion. It'll decide how potent and useful a potion is. Care for your plant well. I shall inform all of you when to bring a sample of your plant possibly in 4 months. And we'll have much to discuss and prepare for next year. You glance at Estrella, gently opening the pouch you have in your hand. The seeds you were given are elongated, yellowish green in color. Estrella seems to have scored herself the most generic of seeds, brown and small, nothing special at all. Did he just give us homework that's going to last until next year? I actually quite like this. I guess we're planting it as soon as we get back to our dorm room. Just great. This will be good practice. Let's see. Oh, advanced conjuration. Hello, my students. I hope all of you are ready for more fun today. This time we're going to do something very simple. Wisps, gentle sparks of flame. The teacher points to her blackboard where a summoning circle is drawn. It's extremely simplistic. Before that, draw this on your notes first. This is important. See these symbols along the inside? These can be changed in the future, but that is after you learn what these learn. You know, when you have Julian's class. Okay, so I have the wisp. Wait, are there only 10 spells? Mythical creatures. Lots of people. For now, this is all you know. Take 10 minutes to draw it, or make it as accurate as possible, please. And she proceeds to walk around the class, guiding anyone who's having trouble with it. Estrella takes a chance to look towards you, watching you draw first. It really isn't hard, and you easily copy it into your notes. You seem to know what you're doing. Have you learned this before? I I've seen it in a book before. Oh, really? You must be a really fast learner. To remember that too, especially considering our age. Thanks. Not really that good, though. Eventually, the class moves on, and she's teaching incantations to summoning a wisp. You copy it down in your notes first before grabbing the chalk she has passed around to draw on the table and see what you can do. You chant the spell smoothly, like you've practiced it a million times before this exact class. The summoning circle glows, and the flakes, now fluorescent chalk, float up together, or going together to form a tiny golden wisp. Oh, already managed to summon one. Wonderful work. 10 points for... No, I'm not going to say 10 points for Gryffindor. 10 points for Dragon Scale. Estrella. Wow, got it in one try. Teach me. I can't seem to summon mine. You smile and turn to Estrella, guiding her along so she can summon hers, while the one you conjured stays in one place, on top of your desk. The class moves on, and eventually it comes to an end. All right, children. Remember, the wisps will fade away in due time. So say your goodbyes and clean up the dust they leave behind. Come on, let's see what can these wisps do before they disappear. You allow Estrella to pull you along, your wisp also mingling with her own blue one. All right. I'm going to practice my spell. It's break time, so you decide to spend some time alone. You wanted to practice with your spells. Luckily for you, the courtyard is completely empty. So, you to the middle of it. So you two to the, I don't know. Of it, and start practicing. You were in the middle of chanting the next spell when you heard footsteps behind you. Immediately you turn around to see who it is. Wandre is cautiously ready to defend yourself. It appears to be a third-year student. He smiles at you sheepishly. Hi there, Junior. Didn't mean to startle you. I saw you practicing and I wanted to see if anything I can do to help. Name's Vasco, by the way. I'm a third-year student, as you can see. Oh, and one more thing. You really shouldn't practice alone. You're supposed to be supervised. If one of the stricter teachers catch you, you'll be in so much trouble. Oh, thanks for warning me. Don't worry, I won't snitch. I'm just here to inform you before that happens. Can you supervise me? Well, technically, I can't do that. But your house prefect can. Maybe ask him next time. I admire your boldness to ask that, and while I can't be your supervisor, I can still secretly teach you something. Vasco proceeds to show you a spell that is supposedly only taught to third years. Liberamus. It's actually not that hard, and you got it after a few tries. You learn the disarming spell, Liberamus. You have quite a lot of potential. You learn quickly, too. I'm almost jealous. Oh, and before I forget, there are clubs that you can join. The teachers will tell you everything, but feel free to come to the combat club and see me. I'll tell them to let you join since you seem to like combat spells a lot. Bye. See you around, kid. Don't be afraid to look for me if you have trouble with any spells. And he bids you goodbye before leaving the courtyard. You keep your wand and head back to your dorm room. Combat advice. Take a deep breath and enter the lion's den. It's not that you don't like him, but you've noticed that it's sometimes unnerving to speak to him. Like other teachers, he has his own office in the main building. The interior design really says a lot about his personality. In your head, only one word emerged. Chaotic. Well, look who's here to bother me. Come closer. No need to be shy. You're already in here. Without knocking, too. Not that I minded a lot. Any specific reason for this visit? You're my best bet for this. Now, little old me can only offer combat advice at most. Not very likely to be something a kid like you should be worried about. How about try someone else, like my brother? Combat advice is what I'm looking for. He grows silent all of a sudden and simply stares at you in the eye. It's impossible to decipher his expression. You start to get nervous the longer he stares at you. The room is pin-drop silent, and the tension grows until... That's something I like to hear. Tell me more. Why do you need combat advice? For all I know, this isn't related to any exams at all, so... care to enlighten me? I want to protect my friends. Explain to him how useless you felt when you encountered a bully in the past, that you were unable to protect your friends. Good, good, good. You haven't ceased to amaze me. In case you didn't know, you're already my favorite. There's a really strange gleam in his eyes. Something about it seems mischievous and kind of dangerous. But he's your teacher. You can trust him. Just like the rest. I like your answer a lot. Reminds me of the young me, you know? My brothers absolutely hate it when I got into fights. and it does happen very frequently. Can't really blame him for getting tired of antics. A lot of other adults would complain about me a lot. I'm naturally good at combat magic, which is strange to most of my teachers. But they would watch me fail horrible in conjuration, inscription, and such. But if it's combat magic, it's too natural. He used to hate it, but I guess eventually he just gave up trying to make me change. Because, you see, it takes a lot of effort to come in terms with something that seems to be second nature to you. Not in my case. No. I embraced it quicker than anyone. Or anyone. Everyone. It put me above the rest when I start to focus on it even more. Now I'm kind of useless in any other magical prowess. Maybe regretting it a bit now, but oh well. Speaking of talent, you don't have any. I'll be honest, you're really bad at magic. However, I do know one thing. You're born with much of it, yet you simply cannot wield it. You just have to learn. And I know some shortcuts. User guarantee. It's pretty good. Let's see. What's that? Tell me. No can do, kid. My shortcut, find your own. It's not fun if I help you cheat. I want to watch you grow. It's part of what's fun. Though you can know this, I get some help here and there. Sacrifices are made, but I think it's worth it in the end. He stops suddenly and pushes some papers on his desk to one side, moving a book to weigh them down. Your eyes follow his hands, seem to be papers regarding a plan of sorts. His shortcut, perhaps. Enough about that. Let's get to your part where you get advice from yours truly. Listen up. This are the words of an experienced fighter. It'll do you well if you remember all of it. Oh, wow. While researching summoning spells in the library, you pull the wrong book by accident. It is arcane and looks dangerous. Its cover reminds you of some magical tales of cursed but powerful tomes, known of carrying bad luck to their owner. I'll take the tome. How could you not read a book like this? You smuggle the book out of the library and take it back to your room. Later that night, you flip through the book and find a peculiar spell. As you read it, your head hurts. Onrak Sutari. You read the spell out loud. For a second, nothing happens, but then you hear someone lets out a shriek from the other room. Oh no! Wait, what? She has horns? Estrella comes into your room with ram horns growing on her head. What have you done? What? Why do I have horns on my head? I think they look great.
Are you joking?
Come and see this. A restricted book? So cool. Alright, if you share the book with me, then I won't tell anyone. Deal. But you have to help me get rid of these horns first. Still think they look great. Estrella then has the horns removed and promises to keep your secret. You now have the Tome of Alzoth's Charms. Okay, attack +2. I'm thinking I'm gathering as much as I can, maybe for a final battle. I don't know. I always wanted to learn a little more combat magic. It'd be so fun, don't you think? You're right, I like it too. I'm sure you can get this one right. I already casted it properly. Try it now. Just pretend it's someone you really hate from in front of you. Then zap! You'll disorient him and can take advantage of it. You were doing fine until someone bumps into you and the spell hits Connor instead, catching him off guard and causing quite the scene all of a sudden.
Ow.
Hey, who did that? Professor, someone hit me with the spell! You carefully move away from Connor, lowering your wand before turning to see who exactly bumped into you. Oops. You should be more careful there. Professor Satrius approaches, wanting to find out exactly what happened to cause such a ruckus. He doesn't like his class being disrupted. What happened here? Who cast this spell on another student? He did. She did. I saw her casting it on another student. She didn't even apologize. Is that true? You know that casting a spell on another student is quite the offense, right? I'm sorry, Professor Cetrius. I'm glad you chose to say that. Very well. I'll let you off the hook this time. Apologize to the student you hurt. Or you almost hurt. Yes, sir. Back to practicing, everyone. Nothing to see here. Focus on your own wand. Focus on the target. Everyone is bound to slip up sooner or later. Don't blame yourself. Just be more careful next time. Remember to keep an eye out for your own surroundings. With that, the teacher walks away, returning to his post in front of the whole class to resume his teachings. That's what you get for helping those losers. Next time, just stay out of my way.
I regret that.
Because if you don't, I'm going to make it worse for you. You're going to regret it. The bully leaves you alone as well. He must have been trying to get back at you since the last incident. At least for now, he isn't going to bother you anymore. Might as well use this time to practice more. Agree to help out Cersei. I have something to ask. While the cafeteria is hustling and bustling, you were sitting in the corner with Estrella when Cersei approaches you out of nowhere. She seems to have something in her mind, but she is really nervous, only standing there and fiddling with her thumbs. Finally, she manages to ask, in the quietest voice,
Can you help me?
with some schoolwork? Yeah. Gladly, let's meet up in the courtyard. Thank you. See you there. You quickly finish your lunch with Estrella before heading over to the courtyard as promised. You see her sitting alone at the back there with a few books in her lap. You walk up to her with a smile. Oh, you're here. Thank you again. I really need the help. You see, I just can't understand the recent lessons. I'm having a lot of trouble with ancient inscription. I don't really want to bother the teacher since he seems really, really busy these last few days. And I need to finish these schoolwork too. Please help me. You know your ancient inscription well, and you always take notes during that particular class. You could just hand her your notebook and have her look through it and copy whatever she needs. I'm going to teach her personally. Since she doesn't understand the teacher's initial explanation, you decide that it would be best to explain it to her again. Invite her to the dorm room and proceed to have a quick class with her on what she doesn't understand. After a few tries, she finally seems to get it, and in the end, she completes her schoolwork with your help.
Thank you so much.
I wouldn't know what to do if you didn't take your time to explain there. I really needed this. Actually, if you have any problem with the lessons, I just might be able to help. Just tell me. How about alchemy's laws? I happen to know that pretty well. Please meet me at the library tomorrow. I'll explain whichever part you couldn't understand. After she bids you goodbye, she exits your room, bringing your books with her. You walk into the common room afterwards to meet up with Estrella to make up for lost time. Walk through the hallway. It's been a good 2 months since you started studying here. A lot of things have happened. Professor Satrius. I heard, but I don't have time for that. Can't you see I'm busy here? If you want to get done quickly, then help with the decorations. I have no idea why they're decorating the hall. I haven't heard any news yet. Let's go. I'll see what I can find out. Enough to make to go to the main hall to see what all the ruckus is. Coincidentally, you ran into the principal as soon as you arrived there. He seems pleased to see you. Oh, you're here just in time. I was about to ask someone to fetch you over. What does he need, sir? Oh, you must be curious indeed. I'm afraid I need a little help here. You see, I need someone to fetch a lovely gift for Miss Maria's birthday.
I'm sure you can help us out, yes?
Let's see, okay. I've heard some teachers speak great things about you, claiming you to be rather helpful. I'm sure you can help us out, yes? Of course. Perfect. We're on a bit of a rush here, since you're supposed to present it to her tomorrow during the party. So pick something good. Run along. I'm sure you can come up with something just right for her. The principal walks into the well-decorated hall, leaving you to think through your choices. You know for a fact that Miss Maria likes sweets, and she's a wonderful witch. Perhaps you can get her a spell book that she has never seen before. Or you can simply get her some exotic sweets of sorts. She has to like it if she has such a sweet tooth. Yeah, let's get the sweets. You decide to go for a more simple approach. No one can resist a bag of goodies after all, though you would need someone to help you get a bag of sweets from outside the academy. You have an idea, however, so you immediately went to look for Professor Satrius, knowing that he seems to like you a lot. Bring you into town? It's all for Miss Maria. Well, if you say so. Oh. I'll bring you into town since this seems rather important. That was easier than you thought. He brought you out to town that evening. The principal allowed it since he was the one who asked you to prepare for a gift. Picking out sweets is easy and fun. You made sure to mix in a variety of it and have the store owner pack it in a cute little pouch. On the next day, you arrive at the hall early to show the principal what you have.
I knew I could count on you.
You can personally give it to her. Miss Maria enters the noisy hall. It's so full of life and happiness. She walks up to you and smiles. You hand her the gift and she seems to light up at the sight of it. Oh, my lord! How did you know? Oh, I do have a sweet tooth indeed. Someone told me that. Did you pick these out yourself? You're so thoughtful. Since you gifted me sweets, maybe I'll have you try one of the ones I bought from the other place. I'm sure you'll love those. No one would dislike sweets after all. Thank you, dear. You join the festivities, eating cake and watching her open other presents. After, or at least you see to have made friends with the teacher too, though she might have made an empty promise. Would she really, or would she give up her sweets so easily? I'm glad, let's see. I'm glad we have the chance to actually wander through the campus by ourselves. It has always been my dream here, or to study here. I suppose you can say that. As the two of you walk side by side along the corridors, you come across the doorway that leads outside. Seems to be filled with the building down a more beaten stone path. If you have to guess, it looks like a barn. Oh, look at that. Never really seen it up close. Come on. She races ahead, eagerly following the only path leading up to the barn. The double doors are very large, though only closed loosely, if tempting, or as if tempting the two of you to enter. Estrella is, of course, the one who reaches out to open the doors. Look at it! As her gentle yet awe-filled exclaim. You allow your eyes to wander and take in the sight. Countless animals reside in this very barn, all well cared for from the looks of it. No one else is around, though a pair of intelligent eyes are staring into your very own. Oh, an owl griffin. The creature revealed itself to be an owl griffin. This one is magnificent, and it stood right in front of Estrella. So we have our first challenge, and it's day 66. Sure, let's see what this game is really about. Okay. Welcome to Mythical Creature Challenge. Use your spells and items collected during your journey to smartly counter different movesets of each creature. Note, outcome of the battle will not affect your storyline. Pick up to 3 spells in your spell collection before each battle. Pick up to 6 items in your item collection before each battle. And click Start. I actually want Wisp. Yeah, we want Wisp. And let's start the battle. Click on the spell you want to cast. Drag the item card with the same symbol to the sacrifice, or into the sacrifice slot to cast the spell. To unpick the spell, click on it again. Delay time until next action. Health point. Lose when reach 0. Alright. So, we have a bit of a problem. I don't have any items for summoning the Wisp. In fact, I only have items. Okay. Attack +2. Well then. Yeah. Attack +2. And I'm asleep? Okay. Alright, we won. Let's go ahead and exit the battle. The creature revealed itself to be an owl griffin. This one is magnificent, and it stood right in front of her. Wow! Have you ever seen something so majestic? No. I guess we're lucky to be studying here. We can come here every day. At her louder exclaim, the griffin moves away, sensitive to sounds perhaps. It now approaches you, and you reach out to pet it, just in time for it to fluff up its feathers and a single one float down to the ground. You pick it up and decide to keep it, a small souvenir. An owl griffin feather. Oh, that's a summoning feather. Sweet. We shouldn't stay here for too long, I guess. Want to go back to your dorm room so we can complete our homework? Why not? All right, let's go. Bye, Beauty. We'll come visit someday. She waves at the owl griffin and skips outside. You reach over to pet it one last time before following behind your friends. The owl griffin stays there, staring at a now open door, but it didn't leave. Instead, it hooked its claws around the handle of the door and closed it. Let's hurry back and start our own homework. Or on our homework. If we can get it done now, we can play later. The hallways are not packed as you thought it would be, despite how classes have just ended. Estrella is walking with you as usual, heading back to your dorm room to complete the schoolwork together. As you walk, you can't help but notice a heated conversation going on in one of the classrooms. Curious, you decided to slow down and check out exactly what's going on. Now see here, I couldn't have done that, all right? Where could I have gone to track that all over the place? I don't believe it. Oh, she's new. Well, it has to be one of you. There are hoof prints, and there certainly aren't any animals in the school grounds. The two of you are most suspicious right now, and you being defensive like this, it really can't be helping either. What kind of logic is that? This is not fair. I didn't do it. You will never be able to make me admit to this. Brother, calm down. Let's not be hasty. Ruling out the possibilities of animals? It has to be either you or me. Since it's not me, then it has to be you. This is only logical. What? You can't do this to me. We're brothers. How could you frame me? You were eavesdropping, but you felt kind of bad, so you knocked on the door before walking in. You told them that you wanted to help you, so you asked exactly what happened. Let's see if we can talk right. Apparently, someone tracked mud all over the floor near the library, so Miss Claire got involved, wanting to find the culprit. Kid, you have to clean my name. It couldn't have been me, you see. Help out your favorite professor. Since when were you his favorite, man? While they begin to bicker, you look at Estrella and silently agree to help with each other to help out the teachers, hoping there are some points while doing this. The mud is suspicious. You think the mud looks strange. It must have come from somewhere, so you decide to check it first. You think the mud can lead us to the culprit? I think so.
Let's go.
Let's follow it. As the two of you follow the trail of mud, you realize that it's bringing you and Estrella back to the garden. I don't like this place. It's really creepy. I know, but we have to. Let's keep going. I'm not backing down now. We promised to help. The two of you press on, following the trail further. Eventually you found where it came from. The forest right behind the back garden. There's a running river there with thick mud along the banks. So you bring your discovery back to Miss Claire, telling her all that you saw. Well, is that so? The forest back there? Ah, that one. The river mud, of course. Why didn't I think of this before? That's the place my brother frequently visits, especially whenever he's feeling upset. I know what you're thinking, Claire, but it's not me. How can you say that? All the evidence points towards you. You're the only one who still goes back there at all. That's false. You go there too. Boys, that's enough. Now that they mention it, there's dried mud on your satyr legs, or Satrius. Sure enough, there is. She is correct. The culprit is caught after all. Miss Claire thanked you and Estrella. Professor Satrius is told to help with the cleaning, while his brother smirked, thanking you for the help sending you off.